AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Yeah. Fabian perspective. Oh, like,
Big Flea. Never the little one.
you catch me off guard like that background music. Come on, man. Big Tuesday. I gotta make sure what day it is. We work every day out here, baby.
Man,
You know.
it's all over the place right now. All over the place.
How we feeling?
Feeling pretty damn good today, brother. Feeling pretty damn good. Always happy to be here with you. You know how we do it.
Come on, man. Likewise, man.
Been getting a lot of calls today. Everybody said I should start a couple of housekeeping items. One, they said, come on here and apologize for your behavior yesterday, Flea. So I'm going to jump on here and apologize to the people in the comments that I might have disrespected or offended. I had it rolling. Mama Flea, you know, she keeps me calm. So got to come in, send my apologies to the people that love and support us. We got a little spicy yesterday. So, you know, just wanted to say sorry. One other thing, big shout out to Will. Trillium. Trilly is dealing with some complications due to diabetes. He's in the hospital right now, fighting like a warrior that he is. And so I just wanted to come on here and show him some love. I was rapping with him earlier, and I just wanted to show Trilly some love. That's Will. Big shout out to Will. Love, light, healing energy, brother. Us here at Knicks Rehab, we praying for you, big dog. And I'm gonna pass it back to my super producer, Mr. Fabian. That's all I got for y'all to start.
You know, all love to Will Trillium. That's a real serious thing. Just in general, I gotta watch what I eat. Like, I'm bad. I've been horrible, and it's just a reminder. It's good to spread the word, especially with guys.
Yeah,
men. We don't talk about what's wrong with us. You know, it's important we talk about this stuff. Me and AllBall always talking about we're gonna start our diet today, and we never do.
I love when y'all say that. I'm gonna start today.
it's a complete fabrication, but you know, for Trillium to, you know, spread that word, and then it's I know it's throughout my father's side of the family. Diabetes is very serious. Everything we eat has sugar in it, and then, you know, there's
Papa Flea has it. So you know what I'm saying. I gotta, you know, just gotta be careful on how we do things. But I'm really glad that Will had the you know, we made him feel comfortable enough for him to share something like that with us, and so I appreciate that. We always try to bring awareness to health. I'm over 35. My brother Fabian's over 40, right? So we in that space where we gotta take care of ourselves and take care of each other, right? Take care of each other. So that's important, y'all. Really, really
1,000%.
important.
Cool Bar says he apologized for his comments yesterday. I was out of line, and it'll never happen again. Sorry, Big Flea and the whole AllBall family.
Cool Bar. It's love, man. These things get spicy sometimes. We get a little. I know now. I'll speak for myself. I'm sometimes an emotional wreck, and this is a new space for me. I'm still understanding that, hey, we all not gonna get along. We all are gonna see different things, but as long as we could bring it back full circle and continue to enjoy ourselves, I'm good.
Hey, Cabal, the one thing I don't ask is don't lie to me. You're not my girl. It'll never happen again. I don't believe her when she says that shit. Knocked off.
Because I'm going to say some shit he don't like later on, man.
Yeah. Listen, I was going to chop Flea's head off. And I was. I rewatched that video a million times. I was destroying you, by the way. Let's get it clear.
You was.
It was slicing and dicing. It got so... I'm such a LeBron fan now.
Yo, you had me root.
Push him into stand-em.
You did. That's disgusting. How do you bully somebody into stand-up?
No. You're trying to bully me. You trying to bully me? You right. I'm gonna cuss y'all out. Look. See, I told you.
You right.
Look, you think you're fooling? He thinks he's slick. I'm gonna apologize. No, and by the way, yo, look, ask Flea. He just called me half hour ago. Yo, you just woke up? Nah, I'm BSing. I was like this. As soon as we get on here, this is what it's about. So this is why, I went left and way out of line. Listen, we all get out of line, bro. As long as you come back and be like, you know what? My fault. Remember, these kids nowadays, they don't know anything. All they know is I gotta end this. And we can't use certain words.
Right. But
it's
to your
quick. And they don't realize all you gotta do is say, when you grow up with dudes, look, you got Papa Flea in the mix. For some of us, it takes a long time to understand. Like, yo, you know what? My bad. I was bugging. And you know how much it takes to laugh at yourself? That's why we laugh at Stephen A. Smith and these guys taking themselves too seriously. It leads to a Hollywood level of celebrity. All right, cool, but I really don't even want to talk to you. I really don't. That's why I feel like y'all want to talk to us, and I want to talk to Flea because look, Flea had me pissed yesterday. I had him pissed, right? But now we back to this.
Yeah,
I might piss him off again in 2 seconds. But
it might happen. But that big point about
cool ball. If you ain't apologized one time, you ain't AllBall family.
You're not AllBall family. Like OG said, look, if you AllBall family and you a Knicks fan, you bipolar. It just is what it is. You're gonna jump on here and be in a good mood, and by the time the hour mark hits, you might hate me. I don't know, but it's love. We appreciate everybody. Big thing I wanted to say was that to piggyback off of Fabian, and we're gonna get into what we got to get into. But accountability is huge. It's lacked in these kids nowadays. The generation is coming up right now lacks the ability to say I'm sorry and genuinely mean it. Lacks the ability to say I was wrong and genuinely mean it. Lacks the ability to step to the forefront and say, yeah, I'm bugging, I'm wilding. Let me reel myself in, right? If they're able to do that, and also the piece that Fabian said, being able to laugh at yourself. I got a 10-year-old daughter, y'all, and she's extremely sensitive, sweetest girl ever, but she's extremely sensitive, and she does not like to be laughed at, right? But I'm teaching her that, guess what, baby? You can laugh at yourself, because them folks that's laughing at you, you way iller than them. It just is what it is. You iller than them, and you need to know how to laugh at yourself, baby, because you're the most beautiful thing in this world, but you can laugh at yourself. It's all right. So I'm off my soapbox. Let's get to it.
I wanted to stay on the soapbox, but you're right. If you don't learn how to do that, and a lot of us is still struggling with that. A lot of us, if you hear that's why I think AllBall is really for me and Dom a lot of times it's a struggle for Dom actually to read the comments, to get remember you're absorbing. This is all information that you're taking at one time. To read the comments, listen to what Flea is saying. If you listen to AllBall talk, he goes, hold on, let me slow down. He announces when he's gonna have to go, when he's overwhelmed by something. And he's that's the key. So for us to acknowledge that, like you said, I don't want to stay on the soapbox for too long because
there's 100 people in the building and we need to holler at. I'm gonna start calling this brother by his first name. As soon as I learn how to pronounce his first name, he's no longer OG. Cool ball. We love you, big dog.
OG Anunoby might owe us an apology after today, announcing that he wants to what do you call it?
Test free agency. You so pissed off right now, you don't even know where to start.
Actually, I'm not. I'm mad at y'all. But we'll get to that in a second. OG Anunoby is not thrilled with the Knicks' current offer and will test the free agent market. Let's keep an eye out on that. Most people believe Anunoby will stay with New York, but there have been indications he may want to test the market because he's not thrilled with what the Knicks are offering. That was Brian Windhorst in the morning. He started off the day with that. I think I was trying to go to sleep. What was your reaction to that, Mr. Flea? And what do you feel now?
Man, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. And you didn't respond, and I know why you didn't respond, because you're a calculated brother. So I jump in the chat today, and I'm like, all right, enough is enough. Because I've been on this bandwagon of you trade RJ Barrett, you trade Emmanuel quickly, you have to re-sign OG Anunoby. I don't care what the dollar amount is, right? And I've been on that wave since the trade happened, really. Since the trade happened, since we realized that, you know, he has the ability to test free agency, I said, listen, whatever the dollar amount is, just push the contract over and let him sign it. Don't even look at him, right? But now where I'm at, OG, you trying to play with us? Like, you trying to play in our face right now? Let me know. Help me understand. Sam Rose, are you trying to play with us right now? Stop playing with us right now. Because $35 million and above is too much money. Too much money. What is our current offer? Does anybody know what we currently just, our preliminary offer? Like, yo, this is what we're looking at right now. Does anybody know? Because I would like to know what he's so because it seems like there's a level of disrespect. You said you want to be here. You said you want to go forward with the Knicks before the season ended. And now reports are coming out that you're going to test the market. You're going to test free agency. Are you trying to run the dollar amount up? Because don't do that. Because guess what? Walk. We will let you walk now. Now I'm on that. Now I'm on that type of time, Faye. I'm on that type of time now. If he wants to try to fleece us and back us into a corner where we got to overpay and all that kind of stuff, I'm cool. 120 for 4 years. That's what I got for you, OG. And the fourth year's an option. 120 for 4. $30 million guy. I don't know. How do you say no? You make an all-NBA team, that's an extra incentive. We make the playoffs, that's an extra incentive. We win a championship, that's an extra incentive. Like, come on, y'all. Come on. 35 to 40 is nuts. And I know I sound very contradictory right now because I wanted to sign him. But no. Hell no. No, no, no. What you got for us, Fabe? Like, no, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nostalgic. Please. Please. Do that. 65 to 70 games before we can guarantee you 35 million? Nah.
Well, you know, I just want to pat myself on the back real quick because I was wrong about the Boston Celtics, and we'll get to that in a second. I did say 3 months ago, hey, is he worth the max contract?
You asked the question.
Is he?
You did.
He plays like this, that $35-40 million. What are we talking about right now? Barring injury, we're talking about $35-40 million. He's commanding it. And now with the injuries, we have a chance to negotiate. Now with Jalen Brunson reportedly taking less money on the extension, we have to negotiate. But I don't appreciate you flip-flopping, Flea.
Yo,
I don't like it at all whatsoever.
I don't do that. You know I don't do that stuff often, bro. But I got to be honest. I'm contradicting the stance that I've been on for the last 4 months. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I ain't gonna lie to my brother. I was on the wave. If we trade 2 of our core pieces that we were rocking with and go get an all-NBA defender, completely changed everything that we did. When he stepped on the floor, we were a different ball club, with or without Julius. But now, the phantom elbow injury, the hamstring, right? Then we start diving into his history of injuries. And it's like, yo, first thing I did was text OG. I say, yo, I don't know, OG. 35 or 40? That's crazy. That's a lot.
How come StreamYard gets to remove and put AllBall whenever they want to? Who does StreamYard think they are? They just control what I do out here?
Yeah.
I didn't take them off the stream. Flea. What are y'all talking about?
La Cosa no. La Cosa Rosa. He did it.
What are y'all talking about? Did AllBall get to see this? What are y'all talking about, man?
Always sign it.
We hearing you, AllBall. We can hear your the waterfall noise you got over there.
Nah. Can y'all hear me?
We got you.
Yeah.
We got you.
I'm sorry. I was running late, man. I stopped over by Rucker. They had the New York versus New York.
How's looking out there? You've been outside all summer. I told you.
Look at me.
Hold on. I thought Tri-State was having something too. Wow.
Listen, man, I don't see what everybody say. Maybe I'm just a hard critic, man, but Big shout out to all the young men and women out there putting in that work, getting scholarships, NIL deals, getting that money. You know what I mean? But I'm being real, bro. Let's get to it.
He said getting NIL deals. He says these guys are Instagram scamming out here, Flea. Listen. Sometimes you gotta read through the way through the water.
You know, OG is a hater at heart, so you know that.
But no, that's a fact. But let me explain something. Let me explain something to y'all. If it was a person, if it was a definition of someone that loves street ball that can sit and watch all night, that's me.
Oh, that's you all day.
When I get up from a street ball game, that's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
That's a problem because I'm not there for the crowd. I don't care how good it look outside. I'm watching the game. When these young dudes I'll talk to y'all all fair. Lord have mercy.
I got some questions for you too, so we'll talk.
If I was the coach, I wouldn't be able to have a team.
Shout out to Will, AllBall
Big
family.
Will.
He joined the membership. Hey, like, share, comment, subscribe. Let's get to it. If you on a computer, join the membership. I don't know how to do it off the phone. Actually, I do know, and I don't think YouTube is letting us. I see a lot of YouTube accounts where you can click join on when you go to their account, but you can't go to do it for hours for whatever reason. But if you on a PC, I know you could definitely do it on there and join us there. I don't appreciate StreamYard. They just do whatever they want to do just taking Flea off the screen too. But yeah, we saw OG and Anunoby, the reports, AllBall. Brian Windhorst is saying he's not satisfied with the Knicks deal. What was your reaction? Because Flea already said how he flip-flopped. He's on your side now.
My reaction is what it's been. And I don't want to make it seem like I know what I be talking about. But AllBall Stradamus, listen. What I don't like, we made you a household name. Hartenstein, we made you a household name. How you don't like the offer? See, Flea, this is my point. I'm not saying don't go get the money. But what I've been saying, guys don't want to be great no more. It's not about championships. It's not about being great. It's not about being legendary. It's about the bag. It's about the bag. Whoever coined phrase that and where you can like get paid, whoever made that the bag, Lord have mercy, how much money they get. But I'm surprised because OG seems like, and Flea said this when we first got him, he's low maintenance, he's quiet, and now look, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Now all of a sudden you get a little buzz, you know. Now you're attractive. All the girls want to holler at you. Now before you was in the corner, now you get a little. Now you acting crazy. It's sad, man. But for me, it's a blessing in disguise. As great as he is, we see what happened in the playoffs. The teams that are fully healthy are the teams that win. And his track record when it comes to being healthy is not good. He wasn't healthy with Toronto when they won that championship. You come right to us and you get injured immediately. Mm-hmm. So we've always said as diehard Knicks fans, we want OG. We want him back. But we're not going to overpay you.
Not at 35, OG. Not at 35.
Come on.
Not at 35, 36, 7, 40. No. Hell no. No. And I know it's burning Fabian up right now that he's witnessing this flip-flop. But I start sitting back, and if that report is accurate, right? We just gonna take it at its face value, right? That it's right. If that is right, go to hell. Go to hell. Why would you play hardball with us? Masai clearly saw something that was like, hold on. This dude's doesn't know how to stay healthy. He's coming up on a contract year. I don't know if I want to pay him. Knickerbockers, y'all can have him. And Masai's a smart dude. Masai's one of the better, presidents of basketball operations in the league. So if he could see it, right, Leon, open your eyes. Open your eyes. Now, I love this dude, right? That's the other thing about it. All three of us love this dude. We love what he brought, how our team looked once we added him to the ball club. But the fact still remains, I haven't seen you play over 65, 70 games. when the rubber meets the road, when it's time for action, Eastern Conference semis, Eastern Conference finals, NBA finals, you a no-show. You just reminded us that 2019 run, he was not next to Kawhi. Not in the finals. Not in the finals. You know what I'm saying? So it's a thought to have. If I wake up in a couple of days and he gets paid, okay. But I don't know. I got to think about. We got to think about paying that dude. And not $40 million.
For me, I'm not even thinking about it. I'm not paying you 35. I'm just not. Just not. Now, if we got to the conference finals and we went head up with Boston and lost in 6-7 games and they were tight games, or we got to the finals, then we can have that discussion. You wasn't there. I give you 30, and that's stretching it, bro. I'm not giving 35.
It's just and I want to hear Fabian. It's just the thought of losing 3 players at the end of this season, because that's essentially what it would be. We would have lost IQ, we would have lost RJ, and if we don't sign OG, we would lose OG.
No, and we could lose Hartenstein too, so that'll be 4.
That's 4, right? That just doesn't sit well with me. That's why I was so adamant about paying him. But when this report comes out that he wants to fleece us, like he wants to back us in a corner, now I got a problem.
This guy's from west side of Harlem. Always talking about he's a panicker at the other side of his mouth. Then you got the other guy, the other character over there. Flip, flop, and flee. That's your new name, brother. What's going on over here? Is it fake news or is it real news? Which one is it going to be, fellas? Every day we pick and choose what's the information we want to believe. I don't believe none of this. OG Anunoby, I dare you. We made you, like you said. I dare you. This is who I believe in. Forget about what y'all talking about, man. It's La Cosa Rosa. The boss of all bosses. If he says it's a goal, it's a goal. OG, I don't believe nothing you say. I dare you to leave us. We made you. God gave you some ability. Football family, sports family, and everything. All right, cool. But I'm not going to sit here. Less than 24 hours, y'all? And y'all like panicking over the first thing you hear from Brian Wendy?
No, but hold on.
Wendy?
Hold on. I've been saying this from the beginning. When these talks came up, I've been saying he's injury prone. I don't know. I've been saying that. Y'all two was on the other end of that. That's
very true. I've been wanting to pay him since day one.
So I'm not panicking what I've been saying. I'm not overpaying nobody. No disrespect. Like I said, Game 7, y'all wasn't there to fight. Brunson carried y'all all season. He needed y'all for one game. One got injured on a non-contact injury, and I don't know what happened with Hartenstein. So for me, I told y'all that holds a bad spot on me. Pause. So I'm not overpaying neither one of them. I'll let them walk. I'm not panicking. I'm not overpaying them. No.
But we're going to have to pay to play, though, at some point, OG. At some point, we're going to have to pay to play. Yeah, at some point, we're going to have to get a bag to Brunson. At some point, we're going to have to pay. Like, at some point, there's going to have to be dollars and cents thrown out that is going to be like, whoa, that's a lot of money.
But
like,
we also have to get back to we got here for a reason. Leon Rose got us here. He earned our trust. He earned our confidence in all seriousness. It took a while for us to even trust Tibbs. I still don't trust him within minutes. I don't trust him with handling OG. That's crazy. He might get him buried out there. But if he has to get paid $35 million and we finagle it, to me, I said it from the middle of the season when Randall went down and everybody turned. Nope, I'm okay as long as OG is healthy. OG and Brunson, that changes everything. It just did. So I'm not gonna waive off of that. If it's $35 million with no injury thought in mind on the contract, then I'm not with that. But if you're talking about 35 million and now we're worried about how many games he plays and depending on how many games he plays, remember, OG, we're going to see if you about legacy or you about money. Because that championship, like you said, Flea, I think he had something wrong with his pancreas or whatever it was. He had surgery.
No. That was a freak thing. Like, it wasn't like, he was his ankle, his knee, his back, something like that. No, he had a surgical procedure. He just couldn't play. Like,
right, but he's sitting there watching what happened. You saw a championship under your regime. You saw an all-time great Kawhi Leonard come over there and change everything. You came to New York. We have never been a part of a month like January ever as a Knicks fan. I haven't. I never felt like that before in my life. That was crazy. So OG was a part of that. You at the Garden and you feel that, and you telling me it takes a bag for you to go somewhere else. I never wanted you in the first place. Then you're not the guy who I thought you were. Period. I don't want you here if you're gonna be like that. I just don't. Leon Rose traded for you for a reason. IQ and RJ Barrett. And let's not forget, there are ways around this. You could sign and trade OG Anunoby. Why not?
You could.
Why not?
Very well.
Sign and trade Isaiah Hartenstein. I'm not scared of none of this. I'm trusting Leon Rose, bro. These guys are agents. If Leon Rose's son does not know what's going on, I'll lose confidence there. If he's telling me OG got to walk away and they didn't see something coming, they got sidetracked. Now I'm starting to question Leon Rose. That brings a lot more questions. Like, that's the stuff to me that I'm more concerned with. You don't know what's going on with OG? Like, what happened with the whole espionage move by making your son his agent? Nah. You better know what's happening, Leon. That's more telling than anything else. If he wants to leave for more money, and that's you do your job as an agent. But let's also not forget, Sam Rose got to sit down with other teams and get intel. Yo, what are they up to? He's gonna sit down with Pops. Like, yo, Pops, they were calling you a freaky eight ninja over there in Philadelphia, right? So now you want to see where they at. Like, oh yeah, see who you beefing with. A lot of this is politics too. Like, I ain't mad at this.
It's business. It's business. I mean, like I said, you're gonna have to pay to play at some point. But I know a light switch went off for me, because there's no way anybody that is a flat out Knicks fan is gonna be okay with paying him $38 million, $37.5 million, and we can't rely on him. I don't even want to throw out a number. Forget the number. Forget 60 games, 65, 70. Forget the number. Rely on him. Be there as a piece that we can rely on. Anthony Edwards is kicking our ass tonight. We need to be able to rely on you. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown coming off a championship. They coming to the Garden tonight. We need to be able to rely on you. That's my point. At this stage, we could talk about his age. He's a young guy. Y'all know how I feel about young guys and getting into the NBA and figuring out their bodies. But at the end of the day, he's been in the league for some time. He may be young in age, but we're talking about NBA age.
But that time period, like, I want to double down on that, Flea. You were in Toronto and saw a championship. You're in New York and saw, like, wait a minute, what if I combine that Toronto experience championship with New York at the Garden? That's going to be insane. If he doesn't know, like, that's what you're taking the pay cut for. Like, this is beyond glory. You can't get that anywhere in sports. And if they're not emphasizing that to them, then that's crazy. And if he knows and he turns it down, then fine. Then you didn't buy what we're selling. But this is the ultimate dream. That's all we ever talk about. There's nothing like winning in New York, and nothing like about to win for the New York Knicks. There's no championship from any sport that'll be like this. Come on, man. OG felt that in January. Again, combine that Toronto winning experience with the New York glory. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it.
Listen, man. I'm going to keep saying it. I want OG back. I want all the guys back. But for us to be competitive, to compete, to win a championship, these guys got to do what it takes to fill out that roster and fill it out correctly. Boston not going nowhere. Like, let's be realistic. As much as we think we're a good matchup for them, and, we're a bad matchup for them, and that we think we can beat them, they still not going nowhere. They won 64 games. We're not competing with them if that roster is not built correctly. Simple and plain. So I pray and hope OG and Hartenstein understand that. And I'm just big on Fabe, like I told y'all. We made y'all a household name. I think that holds some type of, hey, man, we need a little discount so we can fill his roster out and get the right pieces, because we going for a championship. If they don't understand that, then I got to agree with Fabian. You didn't want to be here in the first place, then. This was a stop. Or you used us to build some type of leverage to get the bag. Get all the money you want. But understand, you won't be great. You won't be legendary. You won't be going down in history. And to me, that's what the Knicks bring when we talk about winning the championship. You will go down in history. If OG Anunoby goes to Philadelphia and they win a championship, he's not going down in history. If he wins a title with the Knicks, that team is going down in history. Whatever team, whatever players is there is going down in history, and you will be revered and remembered for the rest of your life. So, listen, man, I hope we get it done, but, Flea, I totally agree with you. Can't be giving, up close to 40. No.
Because I just don't want to. I don't want to get jammed up where there's no flexibility to continue to get better, like to continue to upgrade the roster. I understand who OG Anunoby is as a basketball player. I know what he brings. All three of us are not foolish. We sit here and watch Knicks games all year long. We know what the dude did for us, so we don't have that confused. What we talking about? Look, I talk mess about Boston all year long about how much I had no issue with matching up against them in a 7-game series. This finals, they took it up another notch that I didn't think they were capable of going. I didn't think they had that, right? And we ain't really they did it for 5 games.
Right.
So, we ain't even really see it for a whole 7-game stretch. But in my opinion, from what I saw, they took it up an entire another notch than it was against Indy, than it was against Cleveland, against Miami, against the whole year. All year long, I watched them play with their food, never finish their breakfast, always allow teams to stick around. Nigga, our Knicks team currently this year, and after me watching the Boston complete this, we weren't right. We weren't dealing with them this year. How we were. We weren't right. We weren't fucking with them.
Well, for me, just my whole thing is just understanding we now have a team that is Golden State-esque as far as how that roster is built. Now we have a team in the NBA you have to deal with for the next 5-6 years. And it just so happening in the East. And we diehard Knicks fans. So we have to build this team correct. And we have to stay healthy. You're not beating that Boston Celtics team if you're not healthy. So, like you said, Faye, I believe in the front office. They've done a great job so far. So I gotta believe in them. Let's see what happens. Like you said, it's very hard for me to believe any information if it's not coming from the player. So I get what you're saying, but still, these are what platforms are for, to discuss these things and give our opinions. And my opinion is, it's always the quiet ones. It's always the quiet ones. The ones that you think is
like you. Like you.
Right.
Who's quiet? This guy?
Listen.
Please.
Look, what we said, OG low maintenance. He quiet. It be those ones that out of nowhere. I won 40. What are you talking about?
So I do want to transition to the Celtics real quick and react to the finals, because
thought Shorty was quiet. She ordered the filet mignon when we get to Capitol Grill. Like, damn, baby.
And then when we get to the crib, she a stone cold.
I thought she was
assassin.
I just got paid. Damn, like
Fabian, get it in order. Come on, before we go off the rails,
just
man.
got paid.
Friday night.
Come on, man.
Come on, get it back.
Everything, baby.
Money in my pocket.
Trying to transition.
That nigga running. Look, he about to run.
I'm gonna run. I run quick. I'm gone.
Is that right? Is that track style?
To the Celtics real quick, but because I fully healthy, we're competing against anybody. I don't care who was out there, but it's the future we're talking about, and the Celtics have a lot to think about. They're offering, I think it's 5 years, $300+ million to Tatum this summer. That's the report.
315.
That's going to be hard to build around from now on. And the Knicks, I believe, if they get OG to buy in, that's the formula, in my opinion, how you have to go moving forward to compete for multiple years. Not the one-shot deal. There's been 5 NBA champions in the last 5 seasons. That's hasn't happened since the 70s. So the Celtics are the ball right now. They're the standard. They still got the two star guys, old school way of winning basketball. What was the reaction to the Celtics finals victory? We got to get into that because we had a lot to say before the finals, before the playoffs, during the regular season, all ball. What was your reaction to them finally pulling through?
If you're a Kyrie Irving fan, leave now. If you
Well,
are a Kyrie Irving fan, leave now.
So let me start with Boston. My first thought was I didn't even see they best because they didn't even get tested. Let's not forget Porzingis is still not healthy. So my first thought was, wow, this is not even their best. Then my second thought was Jaylen Brown might be better than Jason Tatum. He might not have a better skill set, but I think if you want a player on your team, you may want Jaylen Brown more than Jason Tatum. These finals was very disappointing to me. I got to give Boston credit. They played who was in front of them. I'm not going to use no excuse. You know, everybody was injured. No, I'm not going to use that excuse. A lot of us picked Dallas for whatever reason. But Boston, man, that was too easy. That was too easy. To me, it was more about Dallas than about Boston. I'm very disappointed in Kyrie and Luka. I've said this a while ago. Luka only cares about his numbers. I don't think Luka cares about winning championships. He doesn't make anybody better. He does the same moves over and over again. Kyrie Irving, for them to win one game, and none of those games is competitive, it just makes me look at them differently. That's all. I don't think Boston is the juggernaut that people are making them out to be. I don't think their bench is that much better than anybody else's. Yes, they have some shooters that come off the bench. But they still got old Al Horford. So for me, Boston surprised me. I got to give that coach a little more respect. I didn't like him as a coach. But once again, I'm going to be honest. I don't know how good Boston really is. Even though I said we didn't see their ceiling. We didn't see them in the trenches. Everybody they played was injured. And then when they played against Dallas, I don't know what happened. To the greatest skill set of all time, to the next Larry Bird, it was just like, I don't know. So for me, this finals is hard. It's hard to judge, Flea. It is because Tatum and Brown played okay. Some people say Tatum should have got MVP. I think Brown is weird, Flea. You may have to explain. I'm gonna let you finish. OG. No, well, I'm gonna just finish it off. Pause with just very disappointing with this NBA Finals. There was no good games, and I don't know how the NBA is gonna fix that. It may not be the NBA. These players today, with not playing both ends of the floor, only caring about offense, to have 30-point blowouts in the NBA Finals, man. To only have 5 games, I'm very disappointed. So Fabian, just disappointed. This is not. I'm being honest. This doesn't put Tatum in superstar realm. It don't even feel like the day after the finals. Honestly. I'm on
the like usual. I'm on the other end of the spectrum with this one. I'm not disappointed. What I'm enjoying is the parity in the league over the last few seasons. Not going into the season, not really knowing how things are going to shake out, right? Like we've had, like Fabian just said, 5 different champions. Maybe now we're at 6 different champions over the last 6 seasons, right? Nobody's going back to back since the Golden State Warriors. But this final specifically, I had Dallas in 6. I think all 3 of us on the screen had Dallas winning it, but we had it in different games. For them to only win 1 game, for them to go out the way they did, well, that's the disappointing part. Like, I enjoyed the finals just because I was proven wrong, right? I didn't think that Boston had another level. I didn't think Boston knew how to close against two of the best closers in the game. But, you know, those guys didn't show up. For the first time in his 6-year career, it looked like the moment was too big for Luka Doncic. It looked like the finals was too big of a stage for him.
Fleet, can I ask you a question?
Yep.
Can we start holding off on Kyrie being one of the best closers ever? When no disrespect, I've only really seen him close one time, and that was Game 7 against Golden State. I don't know whenever he's been closing. So I'm just, am I bugging for that?
I mean, for me, you'd be hard pressed to go and find a bunch of guys that you could just ring off a bunch of times they close. Mike, of course. Kobe, of course. Braun, of course. But after that, like, the list ain't a long ass list. So I feel you.
Closed out before. Like, what I'm saying is, I'm sorry, I'm gonna let you finish. I'm just saying, this is what I was talking about the other day on live. Now, when I'm thinking about Kyrie, when I say he gets too much praise, when we say one of the best closers to ever close out, I only remember him hitting one game winner.
During that stretch, that 4-year run, him and Braun were together. There's a plenty of times during the playoffs where he hit big shots. Now, I ain't going to say that Game 7 shot that he hit is not the biggest. That is the biggest. That's going to stand out. I just think I expected them to compete a little tougher than they did against Boston. I did not expect Jaylen Brown to clamp up Luka Doncic the way he did. I don't care what Luka shot. They dictated how they wanted Luka to play. Everything that Luka got is what Boston wanted him to have. He didn't take anything that he wanted. Everything that he got was what they said, you can have that. This is what we want you to. This is how we want you to operate. This is how we want the pace to be. Everybody, we always talk about Luka controlling pace, and all 9 guys are playing at his pace. Boston controlled that entire series from start to finish. I don't think there was ever really a time where we thought that Dallas was getting back into that series. That blowout game that they had, we could go back to countless times of the Magic in them got blown out on Memorial Day by Boston by almost 40 and won that series, right? Like, blowouts in the finals, they happen sometimes, but I just wished that Dallas was a little more competitive. I did not expect Jason Kidd to get out-coached by the youngest coach in the NBA. Joe Mazzulla completely out-coached Jason Kidd. I was screaming last night. I'm going to give it to you, Fabian. I was screaming last night about why does he continue to play Maxi Kleber? Every time I look up, he's putting Maxi Kleber in a game. That kid should not be playing. He should not be playing. He was hurt. He can't hit no shots. He's doing nothing for y'all. Kid, why do you keep playing this kid? He had him in the first quarter. He ended the quarter yesterday. Jason Kidd was awful. Awful.
Before you go, Fade, we just might have to start understanding he just might not be a good head coach.
Well, I don't know about that. They were a 5 seed. They were the road team in every series coming up to the finals. They were a road team this series. Like, it was a hard road for them to get here. So I'm not going to say he coached his ass off against Denver. But I just feel like you said, OG, like, did he forget how to coach this playoffs? I mean, this series, did he forget?
Listen, man, he got 2 plays that he just let run him up. I'm just sorry. I don't know.
Joe Mazzulla,
he
looked like a genius.
I don't know if Kid is coaching. Go ahead, Fabian. I'm sorry.
Nah, I'm saying it's starting to look like Doug Collins, look like Brad Stevens, Ime Udoka. Sometimes we just, for whatever reason, it's not clicking. I'm not saying Ime won't win because we love Ime. He still has a chance to win out there, but we've seen Mark Jackson. We've seen where it's like this team, they got some stars here. What's going on? And with Dallas, this is
our guys here, y'all.
Pillow.
He said he's serving and swerving out there. Nick Pillow, what's going on?
Serving and
Hello.
swerving.
It's starting to feel like that with Jason Kidd. You know, that's my favorite point guard ever, the high IQ dude. But he comes off. We talk about guys that come off smug yesterday. Jason Kidd has always come off kind of smug. He get a little when they're in the press conference, ask him questions about Luka. Yo, chill out, Jason. You ain't who are you? Who you think you are? You can't answer no questions. You ain't win.
He's smug
when he
he's smug when he outside too. Go ahead.
Okay.
I mean, I've heard he was smug as a player, like all the way back. Like great player, but I've heard that.
But I and then big time mistakes. Why'd you let Luka Doncic bring up the ball that many times when visibly I could see off my screen they play him 94 feet with Jaylen Brown, Drew Holiday. Anytime Luka Doncic got the ball on the inbounds, he turned around, he saw Drew Holiday. He was shook.
Boy,
he was shook.
Fabian.
No. He was shook.
Scared.
He
would get the inbounds and turn around, and Brown is right here. I'm in.
But if Luka ain't that, listen. Why isn't Kyrie bringing the ball up 94 feet, Mr. the most skilled player ever? But we know everybody, bar none, there's nobody that denies best handle of all time. Why isn't the best handle of all time bringing the ball up? Your man is scared. Luka Doncic, and that's a simple counter move as a coach. Everything else, the Kleber thing, it was tough. I think it was tough because they got exposed. Their role players, they were overachieving throughout the playoffs. Luka Doncic, it's a big part on him. The defense is hard when it's Luka and Kyrie and you guys don't play defense. What are you guys really doing on offense? You got to play perfect. And he just didn't show up enough. The crybaby stuff, he got to take a look in the mirror. If he's around people that's not telling him about himself. And remember, that before we forget, we gave Mark Cuban his props. We gave Luka Doncic their props when they made it to the conference finals 2 times now in 3 years. We gave y'all props. But Mark Cuban, you were holding on to Luka Doncic for this long because you know you needed a superstar to sell that team. You lost Rick Carlisle and you lost Donnie Nelson Jr., who told you, yo, this guy thinks he's a diva. And you kept him because you wanted to sell the team. You knew that. You not that you were in contention, but you knew I can't sell a team without a guy like this on here. Come on, man. And within all that, you spoiled the kid. He spoiled to death. He's kicking and screaming. He balked and cursed out the bench to call a replay on something that you were guilty of. He's a big spoiled brat. He's a big baby. He kind of looks scared in the moment. His second halves of the series though were great. In the playoffs, he did play great in the second half of each game. I did see that stat line come across, but you got to play perfect when you don't play defense. Come on now, because I haven't even gotten to Kyrie Irving yet. I haven't even gotten to the fact that Joe Mazzulla, Brad Stevens, for all the flaws from Jason Tatum, it's kind of hard to close when you don't open. Y'all wasn't opening up nothing, Dallas. And with Boston, we were saying like, yo, y'all flaws, y'all can't close against them. But they made sure we ain't got to close if it ain't closing time, bro. Never has it been. Not one game was close, including when they lost.
Tatum didn't settle. I don't know if y'all paid attention to him last night. He ain't settled for those step back threes, those off 1 foot threes, those side step fall away. Everything was to the cut. Everything was to the cut. Everything was to the Baja. Everything. Not letting nobody off the hook.
I say the reverse, Lee. I say the reverse. I think Tatum did sidestep 3 a lot, but
not
mostly
last
he was
night.
dropping it.
He didn't. He
definitely did.
He did not let them off the hook at all especially that second half.
He hit 1 sidestep 3, but I think I'm gonna go the other way. That's why Jaylen Brown can get the Finals MVP. He didn't settle. I don't think I ever seen him settle not one time in this series. Every possession was pressure. Drew Holiday, pressure. There's only one bad shot I've seen Drew Holiday take all series long, it felt like. But Tatum, he played his game. He didn't shoot well. No, he didn't, but he played his game. And Brad Stevens surrounded him with the guys that can make up for Tatum's flaws. Drew Holiday, all that stuff is up. Jaylen Brown got better. Tatum played better. And Drew Holiday is a total upgrade from Marcus Smart, like we said earlier in the series, Flea.
1,000%.
Jaylen Brown is an upgrade over himself. He went left. He's going over his right shoulder, over his left shoulder. He goes over any shoulder now.
Jaylen Brown went and got $300 million last summer. Everybody, including my OG, said that was insane amount of money.
Yes, I did.
Everybody was talking about he don't got a left hand. This nigga Jaylen Brown came back won 64 games, won the championship, Eastern Conference MVP, Finals MVP.
Shut everybody up.
Everybody up. Everybody be quiet. Now everybody be quiet. Right? Like,
I'm glad you brought that up, Fleet, because people didn't like the whole Eastern Conference Eastern Conference MVP and a Western Conference MVP. I like that now because now we get to see, Jaylen Brown was the Eastern Conference MVP and the Finals MVP, so he dominated both. He did his thing in both. Bro, you talk about getting your name up.
Let me say something about Luka real quick. God rest his soul, the Black Mamba said this to James Harden. And someone needs to say this to Luka. That style of basketball is not winning basketball. You will not win titles. See, Luka is smart. He'll have a 30-point game, but nowhere in the game was you ever close to winning. So who cares if you got 35? You was down 20 the whole game. See, listen, man. Dudes think they slick. So now when you go to the archives, well, I averaged 30, but you was in none of the games. You was in none of the games. So for me, Fleet, I don't want to be a Luka and Kyrie basher, but you get to the finals, you win one game, none of the games are competitive, and let's be realistic. It should have been a sweep. Boston mailed in that game so they could celebrate at home. That's a fact. That's a fact.
That.
They pulled the Michael Jordan?
Yeah, of course.
For
me, if I'm a team, I would do that too. I don't even understand sweeping. I'd rather win at home and we get the celebration at the crib.
Yeah, I buy that.
Because, right, so for me, that's why I say we have to slow down on, Luka being this great, Kyrie being the greatest we've ever seen with the basketball. That stuff needs to slow down. It just does for me.
Yo,
no, I don't Fleet real quick. No, I want the pressure on Luka. Because 2 months ago, he's the greatest thing we ever seen since sliced bread. And we were saying, you know what? Y'all want to anoint him? Guess what? Just like Caitlin Clark, you getting this smoke. You want to be known as the best? No, this is what it feels like to be the best. You got to deal with this. When you mess up, we calling you out. You don't play defense. You don't even grab rebounds, Mr. 10 rebounds a game. When Julius Randle misses a rebound, we get on him. You the man on the team. Yo, Luka, you supposed to be the man of the NBA. You're supposed to be the bar for the league. If they're saying you're the best, no. Joker had to go through that. And I'm like, yo, Joker's the best, and it's not even close, really, for being serious. And he's still getting flamed by people. This is how it goes. No, keep calling him the best all-ball. I want everybody to do that because I want to see him in prime time just like this, get exposed, and when the real ones show up, we celebrate them.
Well, that's what I told. I told somebody that the other day. I was like, I'm kind of glad that he's getting exposed on this stage, right? NBA Finals, brightest lights, global stage. Everybody in the world, if you're an NBA fan, you watching the finals, right? And so you watching him get exposed, the things that he needs to work on, right? Everybody's not watching Dallas games during the year, right? They like Luka, so they're gonna watch highlights. But now you got a chance to see his deficiencies, where he needs to be better, where he is great, but where he needs to be better. And I'm so glad that the world got an opportunity to see this. See, here's my thing. I'm not going to go and say that this dude is not going to win titles going forward. He's not going to be an MVP type player. I think he's very well going to be one of the best players that, that this league has seen. But right now is that turning point. Right now is that point in your career where all the individual accolades, all the adulation, everything that everybody is saying about you, you got to put that to the side now and realize there's things you got to work on. You got to lose weight and get in shape. That's got to happen. You're not going to win nothing. You're not going to make any deep playoff runs if you are not in shape. With getting in shape, you got to figure out that quick twitch, right? Like he don't even move his feet laterally good, right? Now, I'm not saying he could ever be a guy that's going to be quick and fast, but those are things that you can work on. Those are things that you can go into the summer with and say, hey, I got to figure out how I can react quicker, how I get to the ball quick. How my thought process has to be, how can I affect the defensive end of the floor regularly? Not when I'm chirping with Devin Booker and I want to get into it with Devin Booker. Now I want to play defense. No, you got to be wanting to play defense against Scoot Henderson. You got to want to defend against CJ McCollum. And there's no disrespect to those guys. I'm talking about you got to want to defend and play hard against any and everybody night in and night out. He don't do that. And a big part is because he's fat. Everybody go look at that. I'm going to leave with this. Everybody go look at that instance when they win game 6 or game 7, whatever that was, against Minnesota. And he's back there chatting and fraternizing. And Michael Finley comes and grabs the beer. That's regular. They say back in 16, he was screaming at the refs as a 16-year-old. All I'm going to say, OG, is he's got a lot of growing up to do, and I agree with you. They cut the Larry Bird comparisons, cut the all-time great comparisons. There's a level of discipline that he lacks as a pro that the all-time greats have. He doesn't have it.
Well, you know, we all have kids, and we was kids before, and we know when someone is spoiled. Mm-hmm. He's been spoiled his whole career. Mm-hmm. And when you're a superstar, who's to tell you to stay in shape? Who's to tell you anything? Let's be realistic. The soundbite I always remember from Luka is, it's easier to play over here. Yeah, how easy was it in the finals? Go. Come on, bro. At the end of the day, he got exposed. I don't see no difference from James Harden Houston and Luka Doncic. Straight up and down. Straight up and down. People could dislike James Harden all they want. He averaged 35. He had an MVP. And year in and year out, he had Houston as contenders. Why? Because he made others better. Luka got to change his game. Yeah, he's going to get 40. But you got to make others better. Once again, he has to stop being selfish and stop being spoiled. And Flea, I totally 100% agree. Get in shape. But once again, why does he have to? If in his mind, I ain't got to. I'm great.
I mean, but in your mind, you were just exposed on the... People think right now that Jaylen Brown got your number. As the best player in the league, in the world...
I disagree, Flea. You know what they're saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know what they're saying? The whole world is saying, now we blaming his teammates. Remember, Luke ain't do nothing wrong. Oh, the team wasn't good now. They young. Oh, Jason Kidd. Remember, he had 30. No, I'm just telling you.
I know what you're saying. If the world is saying that, they're not being honest. Fabian, you talked about them being the hottest team in the league since February.
Hold on, I was on live yesterday. Everybody on the live literally now is throwing his teammates under the bus.
DJ Washington trash.
Right. Now everybody's trash.
Derek Lively ain't right. All these guys ain't good now.
None of this talk was in the Western Conference Finals, though.
None of this talk was since February, since they made that deal.
Right.
They were the best team in the league. Fabian said it. So how are people going to act like now that, come on, when it's winning time, you want your guys to show up. And that's, in a nutshell, what OG always says. Yo, that's cool. It's the stage now. You the best player, show up. Kyrie, you the most skilled player in the world, show up. When you dumb it down there, I ain't even mad at that.
Yeah, and before you go, Fabian, that's all I say when you're on the biggest stage. This is the finals. This is where your legacy is made. Yeah, if you lose, it's how you lose. If you lose in 5 games and one of them is overtime, 2 of them is overtime, one of them might be double overtime, you know these games are close, then cool. But when none of these games is close, I look at y'all different. I'm sorry.
We got 2 minutes. Finish this off, Fabian.
I just, who is there to check Luka? I haven't seen it. Kyrie's he's in Najee Ramba mode. Like I hate. That's why I hated about Kyrie with the.
Why you do that? See, I just flamed Acho in the comments because he said that. I wild Acho out today. I wild him out.
Acho who? Oh, the football.
Acho. Yo, OG, I'm gonna send you the clip. Acho said the same exact thing Fabian just said, and Fabian didn't even see it. Bro, I wild him out. Nah.
Because you can't. Don't tell me.
Najee Ramba.
You can't. Come on, he look like Martin when he went. He does.
Sunflower.
Yo, in the show, man. I can't. Kyrie Irving Sunflower is crazy.
Oh, they're doing that on their own. Stream, okay. I see what's
No,
going
what
on
happens is if we click off the cam, they'll pull you off the screen.
Yeah.
instead of having the black screen. That's dope. Streaming,
Right.
okay, thumbs up for you.
Yeah.
But I still believe if you're gonna be the leader, I mean, I guess it would be hard for Kyrie to talk crazy to Luka because he had a bad series too. But where are we with that?
Well, I think that's the coach's job. I don't think that's Kyrie's job. I know we make jokes, but that has nothing to do with Kyrie. I think Jason Kidd, who's top 5 greatest point guards of all time, and you have 2 point guards or 2 guards that actually wants to play the point, that's Jason Kidd's job. Straight up and down. That's Jason Kidd's job to teach Luka and Kyrie how to be great at making others better because they're playing the point guard position.
And it was easy to do that when it was Russell Westbrook, and a lot of things were glaring for us. But Luka's the best. He's up there as the best player in the league. It's very similar to Russell Westbrook as well, and James Harden. If it's not Kyrie, okay, now it's not Jason Kidd telling them. Again, it goes back to the original plan. Why Rick Carlisle got up out of there? He left because of this. He's seen this from back then. Like, yo, I can't tell him what to do. Oh no. Can't have that.
Let me ask you this. You hold on. You Jason Kidd. You one of the greatest point guards ever, and you actually played defense, and you made everybody better. But you have 2 guards that what you embody, they don't embody at all. They both don't play defense, and they both don't make nobody better. Flea, you right now being J Kidd, what do you tell them?
I mean, first of all, I got to take it personal, right? As much as like we said, as pompous and unapproachable as J Kidd seems to be, he needs to take that same type of attitude, and they need to have a heart-to-heart with both of those guys, right? After this performance, right? Don't rest on the fact that you got to the NBA Finals, because at the end of the day, you are considered the best backcourt in the NBA.
Exactly.
The best backcourt in the NBA. So you can't say, oh, this was a great season. It was, but you lost in pretty bad fashion, right? If I'm Jason Kidd, I'm having a heart-to-heart with both of those guys, right? One, I'm talking to Kyrie Irving, and I'm saying, I need a little more FU in your game, because you got it in your game. That little, you know what I'm saying? Both of y'all understand what I'm saying. That you in your game, I need to see that from you, right? Because I didn't see that all season for me, right? That flair, that attitude that he played with alongside LeBron, I didn't really see that this year. I saw him play very well. But
He did. He had a little bit of it in Brooklyn before the whole debacle started. He was an MVP. Yeah.
Right. And with Kyrie, with Luka, I just think that this needs to be a heart-to-heart. Look, brother, you are not in the best shape in your life. You are not in the best shape, the best conditioning, right? You're not taking certain parts of this game serious that will take you to the next level. You need to take a good look at yourself in the mirror, right? And figure out what we need to do. Nico Harrison, and J Kidd and that rest of that front office, my opinion this summer, they need to go get some attitude. It looks like there's a lot of guys on this team that are afraid to say something to Luka, that are afraid to step to him and say, hey, that's what it appears to be. So they need to go get some dogs. They need to go get some, and not PJ is great. Gaff is great. Derek Lively is great. But I never thought I would say, and not this player, but this type of guy, go get a Pat Beverly type guy. Go get a PJ Tucker type guy, a Jay Crowder type guy. Somebody's just that's not going to have a problem with being a little vocal with their best players. Go get a Udonis Haslem. Udonis was in Jimmy Butler's ear last. They was about to go to blows on the bench last year. That's a finals team.
But Flea, hold on. Before I know we got to run in a bit. See, what J Kidd has over a lot of people, J Kidd played in the era where it was Mike and all them guys. Mm-hmm. So he has the knowledge and the history to give these guys like, yo, this is what it is if you want to be great. You have to play both ends of the floor, and you have to make your teammates better. And once again, y'all want to be point guards? See, because for me, this is how a lot of players duck smoke. Imagine if Luka was a small forward. Now you got to guard Kawhi and all of them. Kyrie, if you was a two guard, now you got to go guard Devin Booker them. So I'm just saying, we already let y'all cheat by being point guards. Play the position correct. Straight up, make the team better and play some defense and get in shape. But if you want to be great, all the greats, look what Mike was in the beginning and how he ended. Remember, these guys got pure talent, Luka, Kyrie. But it's evident y'all style of play doesn't win basketball games. It doesn't make anybody better. You got to switch something up. And to me, that's what hurt James Harden. He never switched his game up. Never. And if Luka don't be careful, he's going to go down as one of the greatest guys to never win a championship. And he can still not win an MVP because you still have Embiid, you still have Giannis, you still have Joker, you still have Brunson, you still have Tatum, you still have guys in the league that still kind of in their prime. The way it's not guaranteed the next 5 years Luka is going to be that guy.
Bro, he's been an MVP favorite the last 3 years to begin the season.
He didn't win it though, Flea.
I know that, and I'm piggybacking your point. You are absolutely right. The fact that he's been the preseason MVP favorite for like 2 or 3 years in a row, and still hasn't won it outright.
But he's preseason because that's what the people want.
Of course,
like
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, let's not forget that though. It's no real reason why he should be preseason. His team is never number 1, 2, 3 seed. So for me, that's them still trying to make him something that he ain't, and they trying to make him the face of the league. But I don't want to get off topic. I just feel J Kidd has the knowledge, the history, the experience to turn them guys into something even greater. But they gotta want it themselves.
Well, speaking of something greater, Jason Edwards is part of the AllBall TV family, and he says Leon Rose's math is good. He got us here. OG is a part-time player for $35 million a year. Is rich, but that January bro dude was sick. So Jason Edwards with the MVP comment of the day.
Yes,
I feel like y'all were. I feel all them Luka comments were directed towards me because I can't believe I was compared to Emmanuel Acho or whatever the hell his name is. That guy. When I tell you, I hate that dude.
I fried him today because
he gets flamed every day.
He said the same thing you said, but he got fly. He got real fly. I'm gonna send y'all the clip. He got real fly with it.
Yeah, my night is pretty much over after hearing Fabian and Emmanuel Acho in the same sentence. I'm just done. But you know how we do. Baby perspective. We live.
Big Flea. Never the little. Yo, where's OG's drop?
Listen, man.
Oh,
up here.
Say again.
What happened just now? You came back on?
No, I said, where's his drop? Talking. He needs right, and I saw you talking.
I'm starting to get a little jelly up here. Y'all got y'all drops. Listen, I need a sound bite, brother. Listen, we gonna figure this out, man. I don't know what your Flea got going on. Listen, y'all trying to Bobby Brown me over here.
Get off the screen. Get him out. Get him out.
AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.